I'd buy that for $1. I'd buy that for $1. I'd buy that for $1.
All right. Great. Okay. This is Unlimited Lives 7/12. Welcome to Unlimited Lives, everybody. Unlimited Lives is welcoming you. Welcome to the show, everyone. I made a little announcement last week where I said I was trying to move everything over to the videoizers. And I think after looking into it, I think we're, as a show and a community, I think we're too far gone for me to do that. So pretend I said nothing. Hopefully we didn't lose tons of subscribers or a bunch of people being like, all right, show's done. I guess I'll see when I look at the statistics next week and see if the numbers drop drastically. The truth is, I just want to, I just want to do a good show. And I think today's going to be a great show. I actually did a lot of fun prep work. I enjoyed what I was doing. It was good. It was a little kick in the pants, as they say. So this show is going to be wunderbar. And you can see some of these clips if you follow me on TikTok at TJ Del Reno. You can see all the stupid fun videos I do. I encourage you to go over there. I'm putting a lot of work into the videoizers content for Nintendo Power. And on that TikTok for the videoizers, we have Brian reviews all the turtles, which is like a minute and a half reviews that Brian does of all of his turtle toys, Ninja Turtle toys. And they're really funny, really well done, really stupid. They're excellent. And on there, and then if you go to my TikTok, then you could see my stupid characters I do, my stupid crap, and also you could see the podcast. When I record it, you could watch clips of the podcast. Now, of course, if you're listening to this, you already heard the whole podcast. So why are you going to go to TikTok? I don't know. Go to TikTok to follow me doing like really dumb crap that's fun. And hopefully one day, one of those TikTok videos will blow up, and then I'll be able to afford to get interns and just come in and be able to be a silly, stupid man on this show. But enough about that garbage. So, like I said, to repeat, nothing is going to change. You will still see Unlimited Lives showing up on your iTunes. And you will, you'll still see it showing up in your iTunes. So nothing is changing. Everything stays the same, which is wunderbar. Which is wunderbar. So let's start this show with a bang, they say. Chug dunk. Shugunk dunk, chug dunk. That's right. We are getting a Terminator game. and it's gonna be probably not good. Probably not good for a Terminator game. Oh, not that image. I drew that when I was 9. It's a picture of what I drew a Terminator when I was 9. So we are getting a Terminator video game. And it's going to be. So we're getting a Terminator video game, and it is going to be done by, Nacon. That huge developer, Nacon. Yeah, I'm confused as well. It's a new open world Terminator survival game is on the way. Hey, survival with, like, does that mean uh you have to forage? Or are we talking like survival in the realm of, you know, just you have to duck around corners and shoot things. So it takes place between T2 and when John Connor became John Connor. Like, you're fighting for the resistance. So it takes place, I think, like before John Connor is John Connor. I mean, it would be interesting if we get to see if we get to watch the fall of humanity and the rise of the machines. Like, that'd be pretty cool. But it's like, I don't understand how these giant IPs, and we have another game coming right up that also is to me, a pretty large IP that kind of where are the games? You can do a lot, like, you can't do a lot with Terminator movies. Like, they've done, they try to go back, they bring Arnold back every time in different forms. Like, we never really, like, I want to see a movie that's like when Skynet first set off and everything happened. I don't think they made a movie like that. And if they did, it wasn't good because I don't remember it. But that's kind of like what I want, you know? I want like I want that. Like, I want like a Terminator movie that takes place then. So I don't know how they're gonna do this game. It seems like, I mean, you've probably definitely played all these Nacon games that I'm gonna mention right now. You had to have. You had to have. Like, I'm gonna explain it to you, and you're gonna be like, I definitely played these Nacon games. Vampire the Masquerade was one. Hey, I never played it, and to be honest, I don't know anyone that has. I don't know anyone that even told me like, "Hey, man, this is gonna be pretty badass." Vampire the Masquerade. Then you have Rogue Lords. No clue. Rogue Book. No idea. But then they got their hands on World of Warcraft, Chaos Bane, which it's just, you got World of Warcraft, like, that's pretty impressive. But then I got to look up Chaos Bane because Chaos Bane might have been someone like, this is a terrible DLC. Werewolf the Apocalypse as well. We're not on a good track record so far, and this is also going to be a first person. We don't even know if it's going to be a first person shooter. Then they made Rugby 22 and Handball 21. Handball 21. So it's a European company, but Handball. Now you may say, TJ, I never heard of any of these games. Well, I'll tell you the game that you definitely heard of. You definitely heard of TT Isle of Man Ride on the Edge 2. I know you've heard of TT Isle of Man Ride on the Edge 2. I know you have. I know you asked your friend, hey man, did you play TT Isle of Man Ride on the Edge? And your friend said, nah, I didn't play the first one, but I definitely played the second one, which is TT Isle of Man Ride on the Edge 2. That one is better than TT Isle of Man Ride on the Edge 1. Too long. I thought that was a long name. WRC 10 FIA World Rally Championship. What are you doing? too long. Call it World Rally Championship. Boom. We're done. Even FIA World Rally Championship. Sure. Ride on the Edge. Great. TT Isle of Man. Like, come on, man. I don't know how they got it. I don't know how they got these IPs. It's nuts. So it's gonna be a survival game. I don't know what you're gonna do, because when I get into the next story, you're gonna find out that someone already kind of made a game in the same universe, and it's the same game that they made in 2019. You're gonna find out in a minute, which I'll tell you, I think it's redonkulous. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Hey, I guess it'd be kind of cool if you have to like go get supplies and but then it's like, is the game gonna be like an Alien game where it's just stealth? Is it gonna be a team? I hope it's not gonna be like a team-based. That'd be so annoying. Or is it gonna be like a team-based thing? Or is it survival? Is it survival where you have to go scrounge for parts? And you guys kind of gotta like, hey, there's food here being guarded by robots. I don't know. It'll definitely be no TT Isle of Man Ride on the Edge 2, though. Never be as good as that, or WRC 10 FIA World Rally Championship. This game will never hold a candle to TT Isle of Man Ride on the Edge 2, ever. I am sorry. Soo-doo-doo, soo-doo-doo. So-dunk-dunk-dunk-dunk. Music is great, man. I can listen to that all day. I can listen to that all day. I can listen to this all day.
I'd buy that for $1.
I can listen to that all day. All day. Here's our next story, kids. Are you ready, Freddy? Not Freddy Krueger. Not Freddy Krueger. You'll see. Oh. Have you ever wondered what kind of cop would be in a rogue city? I'll tell you who. Robocop. Whoa, he looks impressive. I'll tell you what.
I'd buy that for $1.
I would. I'd buy that for $1. Do you want to hear something bananas? So, Robocop Rogue City, Nacon Fest. So the guys that made the Terminator game, I announced that it's being announced. It's coming out whenever. I think they had like an event that they pitched all these games, right? So Robocop Rogue City gets pitched. Great. Why no one made a good Robocop game in a while? I don't know. Cyberpunk to me was the closest to Robocop that you could do. Cyberpunk was great. I know it had tons of bugs. That whole thing was a debacle, but I played the crap out of Cyberpunk. I thought it was excellent. And if you haven't played it and it's on sale, just get it. It's really fun. It's a fun, really well done, well made, weird, cool game. Excellent. Like Deus Ex Machina. So, Robocop Rogue City. There was a gameplay trailer, and I watched it. That was made by Teyon. Now you may say to yourself, who's Teyon? I've never heard of Nacon, and now they are making a Terminator game. Terminator is a huge franchise. Now, like I said, I know the movies didn't do that well. They're fine, but there's tons you can do with Terminator. It's a big franchise. Terminator fought Robocop. Now you have a Robocop game. So I don't know what this kick to nostalgia is, so I'm throwing up in my mouth. I don't know what this kick to nostalgia is, but Teyon, I don't have any faith in. I mean, when they negotiated the game, did just Orion came in? They're like, "Hey, you wanna buy any of our IPs?" And then Teyon saw RoboCop, and they're like,
I'd buy that for $1.
Then Orion said, I mean, we're not doing anything else with it, so sure. Do you want to buy this franchise for you, this IP for $1? You can have it. Teon. So I did a little bit of research because I'm like, who is this company? They do no games you've heard of, except they made a game in 2019 called Terminator Resistance, which takes place in between the time of T2 and John Connor. I mean, it's basically the same game that Nacon is making. So I don't know. Nacon makes weird games. So I'm like, okay, it's probably gonna be a third-person strange game. Robocop Rogue City gameplay trailer. Not really impressed. It's just Robocop going around, first-person shooter, and he's just shooting everything. He's just unloading bullets into cans and stuff like that. So I looked up the review to Terminator Resistance because I'm like, well, if Resistance did well, and Resistance is also a first-person shooter, maybe these guys know what they're doing. And the answer is they don't. They don't know what they're doing because the reviews on IGN for this game were horrible. They said it played like a janky arcade shooter. All you did was like empty bullets into dumb like Terminators. The Terminators didn't even show up. And everything else is unimpressive. Now, this is going to be a dialogue choice, open world exploring like Robocop game. I mean, if you guys couldn't do a good Terminator game that also can be open world, like if you couldn't do a Terminator game right, I mean, Robocop's not as hard as Terminator because like Robocop's just killing punks. But still, and in the Terminator and in the trailer for Robocop, he also they find a bunch of punks and they throw a dude out the window and they go, "Can you fly?" And they throw him out. And it's like, can you like I don't mind if the punks in the movie like and the punks in the game are going to say like, "I'll buy that for $1" and crack up, like that's fine. But now you're taking Clarence Boddicker's one of his best lines in the movie and just ham-fisting it in that a bunch of local punks will have the same witty, quick-witted sense of humor that Clarence Boddicker did. No, Clarence Boddicker, by the way, if you've never watched the original RoboCop movie, I highly, highly recommend to watch it. I mean, it's dated and it's weird, but it fits. I feel like it's a time capsule of you're fine with actors with terrible hair and weird acting and like bad technology. It works. You know how when you watch Alien, it's supposed to be in the future, but you're like, this all looks like horrible crap. But like, you kind of detach yourself being like, well, maybe in some universe. You do that with RoboCop. Great movie. Clarence Boddicker is such a brilliant villain. He's so cool. He's just such a slime ball. He's the best. So it annoyed me to see them rip the line off. This is when Clarence Boddicker, of course, grabbed Bobby, who got shot in the knee while RoboCop and Lois are chasing him. He opens the back of the truck and then looks at Bobby, goes, "Can you fly, Bobby?" And he throws him out the window, out of the back of the truck, and he slams onto the windshield. I mean, it's awesome. It's a great line. Same thing where he spits blood on the paper when he's getting booked to the police station. "I just want my effing phone call." It's just, he's great. He's excellent. Excellent. He was the dad from that 70s show. Who was also an a-hole in that show, but man, he is king. He's the best in RoboCop. It's my favorite. RoboCop walks up and says, "Dead or alive, you're coming with me." The face model is modeled after Peter Weller, so it looks like Peter Weller. Now, are they just going to steal all the lines from RoboCop, the movie, and just kind of plug them in? How do you do dialogue choice heavy things from a character that's dialogue is very limited? Will this be the RoboCop that takes place maybe after RoboCop 2 before Frank Miller's RoboCop 3? So maybe he can negotiate a little more. Will they add a VATS of like a Fallout fault action targeting system? That might be kind of cool if you could kind of like laser in on where you're going to shoot someone and shoot. But we didn't see that from the trailer. From the trailer, we just saw RoboCop walking in, mowing down hundreds of the same looking punk criminals as well. And then some weird bank robbery scene where some the OCP rich guy's like, "Where's the money?" And it's like, "What? What?" Like, Robocop's to go stop a bank robber. It's like, okay. But it looked like you just walked in and mowed people down. And like I said, Yayon, stupid name of a development company. People Can Fly, brilliant name of a company. Obsidian, great. Or it's like if between Nacon and Yayon, now I lost where it was. Taeyon. If you did a poopy Terminator game, I don't have faith you're going to do a good RoboCop game. I just don't. I don't. Like, at least the people that did, like, at least Nacon had, like, Vampire the Masquerade, which is kind of like an RPG open world thing. So it's like, all right, Terminator might be fine. But man, these dudes did. I mean, like, just watch the trailer. You're not going to go, whoa. You're just going to watch him just shoot a bunch of stuff. And you're like, oh, all right. They don't even target. I'm like, show me a targeting system. Instead, it's like Ed 260, Ed 209 comes out. He's like, you're shooting him with your gun. I mean, if you could upgrade RoboCop and there's tons of upgrades and you can like get different weapons, different guns, sure. But if you're gonna walk around that we're just shooting with his high-powered pistol and that's all we're gonna do is like kill everybody, arrest a drug lord every 10 minutes, and it's lather, kill, repeat, y'all gonna have a problem on your hands because no one's gonna buy it. Including myself, and I'm an idiot. I buy almost anything. Almost. Now I'll tell you something I won't buy. I never played Resident Evil Village. I don't know if you have, and if you have, treat yourself. I never played Resident Evil Village, but if you want, you could purchase a Lady Dimitrescu. There's a Lady D statue, costs $1,500. They only made 766 ones. It stands 3 feet tall, from a company called Pure Arts. Now, Pure Arts, they sell a bunch of like really cool statues that range from like Terminator, which is we were just talking about. That's like a cool Terminator bust. Assassin's Creed, cyberpunk like statues and things, and also Michael Jackson. Wherever you stand, you got a place you could buy a statue. This comes with custom tailored dress, hat, and removable claw. So you can see her finger claws are very long claws in the picture. There's a picture of her. She looks like she's like a Freddy Krueger like finger glove. You can remove that, and she's holding a cigarette holder. Someone's going to put their eye out on one of the claws when they cut themselves while they're trying to kiss this thing. People love this character. Also, a removable dress on a buxom, sexy video game character that people were already fawning over. You're begging for trouble. The dress shouldn't be removable. And it's like, it's going to be sitting in some pervert's room. Just 3 feet of nude statue. Just in a corner. After this statue is released, there's going to be 600. After the statue is released, there's going to be 766 Google searches for how to drill into resin statues. That's what's going to happen. How to drill into nice resin statues. Never played it. Never played Resident Evil Village. I think I didn't get the hang of it. It didn't spark my interest. Now she's 3 feet for the statue toy, but in the game she's like 8 or something. She's huge. She's a very tall woman. A tall drink of water, as they say. I don't know where you'd put that. 3-foot statue's pretty big. I'm 5 foot. 3 feet might be like, that's like in the corner of your room is just this big thing. Anyone's partner is going to be like, I don't want that in the house. You have to put it in your gaming office. If you have a gaming office, if you have a bedroom, You got to put in there. Then when you move, you got to wrap it up because it's probably going to, if it falls and smashes. 3 feet of Lady D goodness. Crazy. Crazy. That mouse click is so loud. Is it? I don't know if you could hear it. And if you can, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. If you can hear the mouse click, please forgive me. And whatever you do not send me into Poppy Playtime. Don't send me in here. Don't. I've been a good boy. I don't want to go here. I'd rather go to Chuck E. Cheese. I'd rather go to Charles Entertainment Cheese. Do not take me to Playtime. No Poppy Playtime from me. No. Look at those cute characters. Look how cute they are. One's got a hammer, a helmet. So cute. How cute. What a cute thing. Poppy Playtime, everyone. Now, this game is rated 12 plus. What? 12 plus. Look how cute that is. How's that 12 plus? What do you mean? That should be a 5-year-old game. That looks cute. Watch this. Well, you can't. I'll explain it in a minute. But you won't believe what is actually in this game. Poppy Playtime is a survival horror game that has like a little bit of a strategy to it because they were concerned that the developer was like, survival horror games are usually like, just walk and be careful. You get scared. They're like walking sims. But then you have this creature. This creature here is you just got to Google Huggy Wuggy. This creature kills you. It looks like a Grover creature with blue skin, big red lips, and razor sharp teeth with big black eyes. He is frightening and disgusting. The player takes the role of a former employee of the toy-making company Playtime Corporation, who revisits its abandoned toy factory 10 years after its staff's disappearance. Ooh. The player navigates through a first-person perspective and must solve puzzles, some requiring a gadget named the Grab Pack to progress while avoiding various enemies. So the developer was like, most of these horror games are like walking simulators. You walk, you get scared, you leave room. This is like you have to solve puzzles probably while you're being chased. So it's pretty cool. Seems neat. It's going to be on PC and Steam. So this is what they tried to do. And I know Ubisoft tried to do it too. They tried to sell NFTs of in-game content. Now, I don't know. I don't know where you stand with NFTs. Okay. I, for one, think they're stupid. It's the same thing with Bitcoin. I have no interest in Bitcoin. I have no interest in learning it. I have no interest in having it explained to me. I don't care. I had the chance that I was explained when Bitcoin was maybe, I don't even know, $20 a coin or less or whatever, where there was a chance that someone was trying to turn me when it was starting to kind of gain speed, but it wasn't too nuts yet. No interest. NFTs, at least Bitcoin, you could have made money. If you invested enough money in the beginning, if you bought a Bitcoin when they were like $1 a coin or something cheaper, if you sold at the right time, you could have made a ton of money. If you had 40 Bitcoin, you're walking away with like $100,000 or something crazy. So there was a chance. NFTs, I have no interest in, and everyone gets mad at them, and I love it because NFTs are stupid. They're dumb things that are dumb. No one wants it. No one cares. No one wants it. I don't care if you show me a GIF of LeBron James dunking and you're like, I own this GIF. It doesn't matter. It's crazy. I don't care where it is. It's easy to get stolen. No one cares. It does not equate to if you have a Pablo Picasso original on your wall, does not equate to Jack Dorsey's first tweet he ever did, and you own the first tweet. It's all rich people bragging crap, and it's all a scam. So these guys try to do NFTs of in-game content, meaning they hid some of the lore behind a paywall. So if you're like, oh man, what happened to this factory? Oh man, like, you know, who created these creatures? What is this? What happened? And you'd have to pay. Like, you imagine your friend telling you a story and they get to a good part and they stop and it's like, yeah. So then all of a sudden, the police lights show up. I had like you know, I only had like two beers in me, but I drank them really fast, and I'm like, oh man, am I going to get a DUI? So then, and they just stop, and then you go, and they go, I'm sorry, I'm going to need $1 so I can continue to tell this story. Like, that's what you're doing. So they got flagged because some players demanded a refund, which you should, because allegedly they were trying to hide game lore behind a paywall. You imagine a game had no story and you'd have purchased the DLC story? Like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Who makes these stupid choices? I don't get it. They're like, isn't there supposed to, if you have a business, you have to have some sense of something. Whoever thought it was a good idea? Hey, here's the whole story. Cool. Make it $4 for 4 paragraphs. What? Yeah, just charge. We're not making enough on Steam, so just start charging. I don't know. It's stupid decision. It's stupid moves like that, and then it's the fact that indie games are harder to be like released it's just, I don't know, man. It's like it's like movies. It's like there's a place for indie films, but it's way quicker turnaround, easier to make an indie film because it depends on how you shoot it, which is why like a lot of horror movies were shot at the time were handycam shot because you could hire 2 actors and do found footage. And then you pay 2 cameramen and you're like, here you go, Hank, hold the camera. Phil, sit behind him and do your lines. And it's like, okay, I mean, it's bananas. So if you thought the NFT thing wasn't stupid enough, you're like, okay, they tried to, of all the games they were trying to do in-game NFTs for a random game that no one knows, which they probably did a bunch of the characters and like, pretended to be like, ooh, well, you can own Huggy Wuggy. You can own an NFT of Huggy Wuggy looking bored, a bored Huggy Wuggy. Here's some controversy for you. You ready for this one? Who's excited? Here's the controversy that happened around this game in Europe. I'm going to be honest with you. I love London. And I love France. And I love seeing my friends in their underpants. But I think there are still some real peasant, like old country European dumbness going on. Like peasant in the way of like when you watch Monty Python and they're just like slopping mud into a pile of more mud. Like that kind of dumb mentality. So I'm going to read you the Wikipedia entry to the controversy because I don't want to chop up. It's like, it's not that long and I just don't want to butcher it. So here we go. Wikipedia. Dorset Police in Lafayette County, which I think Dorset is in London. Dorset City, Dorset, Southwest England. Yep. Never go to Southwest. It's not even like London. It's like the outer England where they're like, hey dude, yo, we'll go get something at the pub. Where they can't even spell the word crisps, which is what they call chips, which is French fries over there. It's a whole thing, guys. Who wants to play handball? Who wants to play some good old handball? TT Isle of Man, right on the edge too. I do love this podcast and I love everyone that listens to it. I want it to get successful. That's all I want, my angels. I just want this to be not like it's not worth doing this podcast for you guys, but man, passion only goes so far. Anyway, here's the controversy around Huggy Wuggy the character you see to the left of me, or the right, stage right, the blue-haired, big-lipped, razor-sharp teeth. This game's for 12-year-olds and up. Dorset Police and Lafayette County Sheriff's Department both released a statement to parents regarding the character Huggy Wuggy on March 22nd, 2022 and April 7th, respectively, claiming that due to the character's name, various videos were not being blocked by firewalls and filtered by parental filters on various platforms, including TikTok and YouTube Kids. The former also claimed that various schools in the United Kingdom reported children recreating a game where one child hugs another and then whispers sinister things into the recipient's ear. It was reported that a child had attempted to jump out of a window to mimic the character, and that Luxembourg Casco School District had received, quote, complaints from students who say they can't sleep, end quote, due to being scared of the character. So, here's why it doesn't, the YouTube Kid thing, like, yes, Huggy Wuggy is a very cute name. But in YouTube Kids is probably so hyper filtered that even if the character's name Huggy Wuggy, it will be linked to it would just you can't. It would be linked to the game. And the game, even though it's called Poppy Playhouse, will still have a rating of 12 and up. So it can't work. It's not how it works. So I thought that was like, that's crazy. So fact-checking website Snopes confirmed that while there had been reports from parents within the United Kingdom, the police had incorrectly claimed that the character sang songs despite said songs being fan-made and not appearing in the game. So that also, clears them. Snopes had also said that inappropriate videos involving the character were not available for younger users on TikTok and YouTube Kids, with spokespersons for each platform confirming so. That's what I'm saying. You can't do that. It ain't how it works. Now, that's a scary creature. Y'all want to see something really scary? You guys want to see something like real scary? Boom. Now this is scary.
I love
Oh,
you,
yeah.
you love me. We're
Mommy!
a happy family.
Mommy, the dinosaur is pooping in our bathroom. I found a picture of Barney taking a poop. I mean, it's a digital picture. It's not real Barney, but still, it's pretty funny. It's a picture of Barney the dinosaur pooping in a toilet. Now, that's a scary dinosaur. He just wants to be loved. Do you know how scary it is to be loved? It's frightening. That's a scary dinosaur. Scary dinosaur. Hey, thanks for watching. And thanks for listening. You can see these videos on TikTok. You can see these videos on our Twitch, our YouTube. This one's not up yet, but still, just search at TJ Del Reno, and you can see these videos up, which is really cool. All right, guys, we'll catch you later. See ya. Man, what a scary show. What a really scary show.
I'd buy that for $1.
Ah, I'll tell you what's really scary. That chauvinistic man holding those two buxom blonde women. How dare he say he purchased them for $1? I'll tell you how much I'd pay for them.
It's over 9,000.